Men, if you're having trouble with your waterworks, your first thought is probably, must be my prostate, right? Well, maybe not. I'm Dr. Max, urologist and men's health expert, and today, we're flipping the script on what might really be messing with your flow. Because the truth is, a lot of guys are looking in the wrong place, and it's wasting time, money, and confidence. Let's break this down. Here's how it's supposed to work. Your bladder, which is basically a muscle bag, slowly fills with urine. As it stretches, it sends a polite little message to your brain. Hey boss, time to go? And you say, sure, once I get home. That's normal. But what happens when the prostate's the problem? The prostate sits right at the base of the bladder and wraps around your urethra, the tube you pee through. As you age, that prostate naturally gets bigger. And when it does, it doesn't just grow, it squeezes. Tighter and tighter. The result? Weak stream, slow start, long time to empty, and that dreaded end of pee dribble. You feel like you're never fully done. Sound familiar? Now here's the kicker. Sometimes the prostate's not to blame at all. It's your bladder acting up. And when that happens, the symptoms can look almost identical: frequent trips to the bathroom, getting up at night, weak flow, urgency. But the root cause is totally different. The bladder is a muscle, and like any muscle, it can get twitchy, overactive, or just plain uncooperative. Instead of calmly holding urine until you say it's time to go, it goes rogue. Fires off signals. Contracts too soon. And boom, you're running to the bathroom with little warning. This is called overactive bladder or detrusor overactivity if you want to impress your urologist. And here's the kicker. It often gets missed in men because we're all conditioned to blame the prostate first. But if you're having urgency, leakage, or feel like your bladder is calling the shots, this could be the real culprit. Let's dig into why this happens and what you can actually do about it. It's called detrusor overactivity, and it's way more common in men than most realize. But it gets missed. Why? Because we focus on the prostate just because you have one. Now, what causes an overactive bladder? Sometimes it's the nerves. Things like strokes, diabetes, Parkinson's, or MS can mess with the signals that control the bladder. Instead of calmly asking for permission to go, it just fires. But even in guys without nerve damage, there are 3 big reasons your bladder might be going rogue. First, weak pelvic floor muscles. You know those muscles you clench when you're trying to stop a pee midstream? That's your pelvic floor. And if those muscles are weak, they can't hold the line when your bladder decides to misbehave. Think of it like this. Your bladder's a tank, and your pelvic floor is the dam holding it back. If that dam is soft, thin, or crumbling, even the slightest pressure will break through. That's how leaks happen, not because you're full, but because the muscles down there just aren't strong enough to fight back. And here's the kicker, most men never train them. We hit the gym for biceps and chest, but the muscles that actually control our plumbing? Totally ignored. Strengthening your pelvic floor isn't hard, it just takes a bit of practice and consistency. And no, you don't need a yoga mat or spandex. Just a few minutes a day, done right, and you'll start to notice a difference. Second, bladder irritants. And yeah, this one's sneaky. You might think your morning coffee is harmless. But guess what? Coffee, tea, even decaf are all bladder stimulants. They tell your bladder, wake up. Fire now when you're not ready. And it's not just caffeine. Alcohol, spicy food, citrus fruits, fizzy drinks, artificial sweeteners, they all poke at your bladder lining like a kid tapping on a fish tank. The result? More urgency, more leaks, more frustration. And here's the kicker, most guys don't even realize what's causing it. They just assume they're getting older, when really, it's their diet stirring the pot. If your bladder's acting jumpy, this is where you start. Cut the irritants. At least temporarily. Give your system a reset and see what happens. You might be surprised how much quieter your bladder gets. Third, not drinking water the right way. Now I know what you're thinking, come on, doc, it's just water. But here's the deal. Too much water? You're flooding the system. Constant peeing, pressure on the bladder, and no time for it to relax. Too little water? Your urine turns into acid soup. Super concentrated. And that stuff burns the bladder lining like hot sauce on a paper cut. Neither extreme helps. The sweet spot? Steady, consistent hydration. Sip throughout the day, don't chug a gallon at once just because you forgot earlier. Your bladder likes predictability, not chaos. Think of it like oiling an engine, a little at a time keeps everything smooth. Dump too much or let it dry out. That engine seizes up. Same with your plumbing. So if your bladder is acting up, don't just count your cups. Pay attention to how and when you hydrate. Now what can you do about it? Here's where I might contradict myself. Yes, we called this video Ignore Your Prostate, but real talk? It's not always either / or. A lot of men have both prostate issues and bladder issues. That's why proper diagnosis matters. But when it is your bladder, here's what works. Cut out bladder irritants. Start with caffeine. Coffee, tea, even decaf, energy drinks all tell your bladder to fire off too early. Also watch for spicy foods, citrus, fizzy drinks, artificial sweeteners, and alcohol. These don't just trigger urgency, they inflame the bladder lining over time. Try cutting them out for a week and see if your symptoms calm down. Drink evenly throughout the day, don't chug all your water at once. Spread it out. Your bladder doesn't like surprises. Aim for a steady flow of hydration, not a tidal wave. Bonus tip, stop drinking 2 hours before bed if nighttime peeing is a problem. Strengthen your pelvic floor. These are the stop midstream muscles. If they're weak, leaks happen. Strengthening them gives you more control, especially during sudden urges. No gym required, just consistent daily practice. There's a quick guide linked below. Train your bladder like a muscle. Yep, your bladder can learn. Track how often you go, then slowly stretch the time between trips, just 5 to 10 minutes more each day. Over time, your bladder will get more flexible, less twitchy, and more under your control. Bladder retraining means slowly increasing the time between bathroom visits, even just 5 to 10 minutes at a time. It's like teaching a stiff balloon to stretch. Takes effort, but it works. And yes, there are medications. Some relax the bladder muscle, but they come with side effects like dry mouth, constipation, and even dizziness. Others like mirabegron have fewer side effects, but might raise your blood pressure. Bottom line? If you're dashing to the toilet like your life depends on it, but your tests say your prostate's normal, your bladder might be the one crying for help. So start with the basics. Track your habits. Watch what you drink. Train your bladder. And strengthen the muscles below your belt. Because fixing your flow might not be about shrinking your prostate, it might be about working with your bladder. Thanks for watching, and hey, if this helped you rethink your symptoms, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more honest, down-to-earth men's health videos coming your way every week. Take care of yourself and your bladder. You've only got one.